Hello everyone and welcome back to round 12 of the F124 My Team Career Mode. Yes, we're back this weekend for the British Grand Prix, our home race, the one that we want to deliver in. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live earlier on today from Austria, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. And of course, we have a little bit of sad news as we come into this episode. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but this is the last of the double upload days. Yes, I'm sorry. You know, we've had a lot of fun with it this week. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support on this series so far. This series, though, will be going down to just one episode a day. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep you guys going as well there. But yeah, obviously a tough Austrian Grand Prix last time out. So as we head towards Silverstone, though, we want to be able to try to make sure that we are, you know, completing a lot more of our goals, and of course remembering to set up more of the goals inside this session. So we'll open the DRS. We will try and make sure that we achieve everything that the team ask for. I don't quite get how lift and coast works, but we'll try it as well. And we will try and get one practice program done as well during the race weekend there. So all of our goals set. I don't think we can do any more upgrades on the car either at the moment. We're still waiting on a big host of upgrades to come in ready for the next round out at the Hungaro Ring. 9 points out from being able to do an ECU upgrade. So I guess we'll try and earn those points now.
It might not be race day yet, but you wouldn't know it from looking at the stands. The fans are out in force. It's practice time here at Silverstone.
I have got to admit, I do love coming back to the Silverstone circuit. And of course, inside F124, once again, they've updated Silverstone. I guess, obviously, you know, it's just the easiest track for them to try and keep up to date. But yeah, as this place keeps seeing changes in the modern day, it actually feels very, very different here. Immediately noticing a lot of elevation changes.
Ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
I do also know as well the fact this track is absolutely mental inside F124 because with the right setup, Maggots and Beckett's, that whole complex is completely pinned. Unfortunately, that corner is not completely pinned. That might cost us getting the purple score altogether. Well, the old turn one then completely flat here as well, which is, I mean, yeah, in qualifying trim, possible. In, you know, free practice on a completely non-rubbered in circuit on a set of hards, not so convinced that should be the case. But yeah, I must admit, when you get a lap hooked up round here on the ragged edge, it is super satisfying. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be the case because I believe it's actually meant to be raining throughout the entirety of qualifying. But heavy enough that we're not going to be able to screw over the AI by going out on a set of the intermediates when they don't. Through the final corner. Oh, a little snap of oversteer. We get a little bit ragged, and we just miss out on the purple. Well, I gotta remember, I did only come into this free practice session hoping for 9 R&D points, so we've managed that already. Trying to see how many more we can score there. So yeah, those final couple of corners really actually are very sketchy with low grip, but more R&D earned.
One-time airfield, fully owned by cars in this era. One of the finest ribbons of racetrack anywhere on Earth. It's high speed, it's dramatic, it's Silverstone.
If ever there was going to be a place where we wanted to deliver a big qualifying performance, Silverstone is surely got to be that place. Like I said, rain is on the horizon. We don't know when it's meant to appear though yet, weirdly, because it's still sunny skies as we make our way out into Q1. Whether that'll all change by Q2, whether we'll even see Q2 is only a matter of time. But yeah, first lap in anger then. I feel like this is going to be absolutely insane, so I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride then. Braking at 100 meter board for turn 3. Of course, 1 and 2 completely flat. Second gear through the long hairpin, out of the loop. Try and use a little bit of battery as well, though. I love the fact it's only a little thing, but it's the way the white line goes across the road. Just goes to show, of course, you know, this circuit isn't just about the F1 cars. Or I feel like on a few other tracks on this game, it kind of are completely set up, just proven to suit F1. Roll on the battery as we make our way down the old start-finish straight. And now prepare ourselves for a lot of high-speed stuff. The old turn 1 first of all. Tip it in, 8th gear, 180 miles an hour on the entry. Do lose a little bit of speed there. Wave to all of the new stupid houses on the outside. If you don't know why they're stupid, read up about them. It is absolutely mental there. A little bit of a blend and a big lift actually on the exit. Don't quite have the same levels of downforce as I was hoping for. And then we'll use the battery in towards the final corner of the lap. 3/10 up provisionally on Daniel Ricciardo. So we absolutely chuck it in to Copse corner. Just 3 more corners to go. Easy, easy, easy. Roll on the throttle on the exit. What's the time gonna be? 28.0 puts us P14 right on the cusp. Well, I cannot believe that then. At the end of Q1, we came back to the pit lane and immediately it started raining. Somehow, people have gone quicker. I thought, that's it, we don't need to worry, we're safe. But apparently not. P17 on the grid for our home GP. I think that's... Oh no, we obviously went out in Q1, didn't we, in Barcelona as well. That is apocalyptically stupid. How on earth have the AI gone quicker as it starts to rain? I don't really know. We're going to put that behind us. I'm going to put a whole fresh engine. Actually, no, we won't do that. We don't need to yet. But we have got our work cut out.
We meet again at Silverstone for one of the great Formula One races of the entire calendar. With a barely believable capacity crowd creating a phenomenal atmosphere, it is time for a race that puts a smile on your face. It is time for the British Grand Prix. Silverstone Circuit is comprised of 18 corners, 3.6 miles, with DRS detection zones at Village and Maggots. Your overtaking opportunities at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights. You've got to be brave on the throttle in order to succeed here. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Russell, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Stroll, Ocon, Joe, Albon, Bottas, Sargent, Gasly, Mr. Monaco, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, and Yuki Tsunoda. That's it then. It's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Shakes. Alongside me, a real authority on all things motor racing. It's a warm welcome back to Anthony Davidson. Well, they say you're only as good as your last race. And on evidence there,
Back of the grid, not great, I know, but let's just try and use the first lap to push your way up the order.
Really don't know what we want to try and do today. I guess it depends on the DRS trains, but starting way further back than we'd ever wanted to here. Game reckons a one-stop medium to soft is going to be possible, so that's exactly what we're going to try. But what we're going to do is the alternate. That way, hopefully, we can try and be quick towards the end of the afternoon. And if we're stuck in a DRS train, then we can try and move our way forward. Of course, all 3 of the other Brits are way further up the order. So we've got to try and kind of pull our weight here. And maybe we can get all 4 of us into the points by the end of the afternoon. Would love to get back to the points. Obviously, we did score in the sprint in Austria, but we haven't scored a point in a Grand Prix since the win in Montreal. Waiting on the grid, though, here at Silverstone. 5 red lights, and it's no time at all. It is lights out, and away we go. There is already getting off to a bad start. Hulkenberg will say thank you very much on the run down towards turn 1. But are we going to be able to find a way around in there? It's 3 wide through the first corner. Gasly there just like gets back out in front of me. What is this? Everyone's trying to go for moves everywhere. Hulkenberg was on my right, is now on my left. Everyone else still trying to just file nice and sensibly through. Zhou Guanyu and Esteban Ocon. Let's not forget Alpine still yet to score a point this season. It's right on the outside of Pierre Gasly will go. AI with a little bit more top speed here as Hulk wanted to have a look back to the outside. They might have more top speed, I'm hoping, therefore. We've got more cornering performance. Apparently not there. Gasly will get back through. We're going to try and muscle our way to the inside. A little bit of wheel banging on the exit of the corner, but I think we're going to be down the inside then. Surely we're going to move up into that position. Here comes Gasly, though, again back around the outside. But yeah, being on the outside for the old turn 1 is certainly not my idea of fun.
Fine, let's try and move forward.
I can already tell DRS is going to be everything around here today. The AI as well, very, very strong around this Silverstone circuit, as Verstappen isn't leading then by the end of lap 1. Nope, he is again. He's just made the move back on the Ferrari, so I got excited. Yeah, the Dutchman still absolutely dominating inside this series. Well, settling into a rhythm quite nicely then earlier on, as everyone's setting new fast lap of the day. Oscar Piastri Goes quickest on the board. Yeah, this race, I mean, it is really going to depend for us on where kind of a DRS zone, where a DRS train forms, to be completely honest. We're able to keep up with Logan Sargent. So I feel like, yeah, our qualifying pace didn't showcase everything the car's got. This first half, though, is just going to be about being patient, kind of waiting for the race to come to us a bit later on. But so far, the one I'm nervous about is actually Esteban Ocon. Seems to be just dropping back slightly off the back of that Merc. Oh, here we go. I think Ocon now has dropped out of the range once and for all. I believe that's Albon having a look to the outside of the Alpine driver down the end of the hangar straight. Can't quite find the grip there, though, out on the marbles. But I guess, yeah, one of the good things about the last couple of GPs, where we've had such absolute disastrous races, kind of forgot about, you know, the DRS trains inside this game. So that is back in full force today, as you would come to expect from a circuit like Silverstone. It is going to be really difficult to try and make our way through later on.
Just a reminder, mate, temperatures are vital for tyre wear, so try to keep them green, please.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I hadn't noticed that up to this point. Tyre wear warning light. Not tyre wear warning light, sorry. Tyre temperature.
Quite what we needed, but let's not worry about it. Get your head down and chin up. There's a long way to go.
Cooking both the tyres and the engine at the moment. Yeah, we've got to be more careful with that. We've got to monitor it. We cannot have another race like Spain. But it is so important that you keep those tyres down, you know, sort of below 119, 120 degrees here. We really are focusing on trying to do exactly that. But unfortunately, yeah, you've just got a couple of corners, and the tyres, they seem absolutely happy to try and skyrocket in temperature. They just will not come back down the other way, though. And I think now we've gone and lost the DRS to Logan Sargent. This is not what we need. Well, there we go. I guess the good thing is round here, and you don't have to scrub off masses of speed to get the tyres back where you need them. Again, it will just slightly overheat through there, but yeah, now a little bit worried the gap to Sargent up to 2 seconds. Are we going to be able to get back in that range? Or now, is it worth just trying to let Gasly by and maybe getting him to do the hard work here? I don't know. Everyone else in front, though, is still in one train, so it isn't the end of the world just yet. I can tell how focused we've been on our tyres recently. I've only just noticed one of the McLarens has made a move for the lead. I don't know which one that is. I'd be inclined to believe Lando, simply because Oscar Piastri set a fastest lap a bit further back in the group earlier on. Who is leading this race then? Mark? I can't do anything. Why can't I ask him a question? Mark won't tell me anything. The options completely disappeared. Oh, there we go. First of our AI into the pit lane then. I genuinely want to know where Mark's gone, though, in this race. He must have gone on strike or something. Home Grand Prix for both driver and engineer.
Pit window, you're going to be on softs.
Oscar Piastri, one of the first to blink then. So yeah, we're probably going to come in end of lap 15, I think. Mark will quite happily talk to me when he wants to, but that's not very helpful. Oh, there we go. A huge train of cars then streaming into the pit lane. So we might see a little bit of chaos and commotion in there. Hulkenberg opts to stay out one more. So that stops me pitting at the end of it.
Nico in the pits.
Apparently Nico is in the pit lane then, so I could pit at the end of this lap if I wanted to. We're getting agonisingly close back to Sargent's DRS range as well. I've been quite surprised that we've been able to pretty much keep up with the AI over there. Obviously when they were still in that train and I wasn't anymore. I have also given up trying to manage the tyre temperature, because we're not going to need to take the tyres too far. Oh, there we go. Some nice free DRS finally off of Logan Sargent. As I assume we're going to see our top 4 into the pits then at the end of this lap. So maybe Oscar Piastri and I believe it was Alonso will have got the jump on a few cars. Maybe they've dropped back. Oh, I was too busy watching Sargent on my outside there. Horrible line through the final couple of corners. These are critical laps now in this Grand Prix. We are going to lead in front of our home crowd.
So push now, push.
Savour it. Drink it in. We probably won't be doing this for very long. But I'm going to try and box the end of next lap. That way we can absolutely thrash those soft tyres to the end. Well, to the guy then that comments on all these videos hoping that Fernando Alonso is going to win a race, when I peel into the pit lane, the Spaniard is going to be at the front of the field. He's taken a second out of me that lap, as they've also altered where the pit entry line is on this year's game. just like get the car slowed down. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried about where we're going to re-emerge. However, I've noticed there's a gap forming between the Williams and the rest of the field then. So maybe this will be a battle for a point. Probably not looking at it, because I can't see many front runners that are tucked in with that group. But yeah, very long pit lane here.
Go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Happy that we ran into no problems as well. But where are we going to re-emerge in this race? It's going to be outside the top 10.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Oh, I'm not convinced points are going to be possible. And we are going to re-emerge down one place from where we entered. We were P16. We're now down to P17 there as Yuki Tsunoda wanted to try and make something happen. But we have got quicker tyres than everybody else to the end of the Grand Prix. Maybe if the right cars start battling, we have a chance. Whoa, we took a load of time out of Pierre Gasly. I mean, I just don't know how hard we can work the tyres, though. That's the only problem, but I've got to try and move my way to the front of this group. Try and use the battery. I can see the Williams going side by side. Gasly's trying to save some battery. I haven't made many overtakes today, but now's our chance. Down the inside of Pierre will go. We just like keep the car inside the white lines there. Look at this, Logan Sargent trying to give it to Alex Albon in this race and actually making the move happen. Go on, Logan Sargent. I wouldn't normally root for him, but it is quite fun to see him doing well.
We didn't quite meet our targets. Not to worry. Get your head down and chin up. Let's focus right the way into the checkered flag.
Oh, down the inside of Bottas. Come on, make the moves happen. Beautiful. Another one gained. We are trying to put on a bit of a show for the home crowd. Look at this, making our way through Maggots and Beckett's again. Oh, we almost got a run on Esteban Ocon there. Right where I didn't want to. 10 laps to go of this GP. We actually had a really compromised run that time around. It might leave us vulnerable to Bottas. There's Albon and Sargent again. Now, that Williams team, James Vowles must be looking on a very nervous man. But he's letting their two drivers squabble. He's letting them fight out on the road rather than bringing in team orders. We've got to try and find a way around Esteban Ocon. Oh, come on, roll off that curbing. I must admit, I am a fan of the new version of Silverstone. It does still work very, very well on this game. So can we try and get a run on Ocon as well? I'm happy with the fact the AI is still a little bit vulnerable through 1 and 2. It's down the inside of the Frenchman will go. And that's 3 places gained since we pit. The problem I'm looking at is the massive gap ahead of Albon. Sargent again having a look down the inside. This is a fantastic show they're putting on. I mean, I'm happy to watch on for a little bit, but of course we'll want to be looking to try and make a move happen as well as soon as possible. There is Sargent the long way around Luffield. Absolutely fantastic. Loving to see him being a little bit more confident in that car, but Albon not wanting to back out of it. Verstappen, Lewis, anybody? Down at the old turn 1, they make it work. Sargent's going to leave Albon vulnerable, though, on the exit of the corner, so we're going to try and get in between the Williams, which might not be such a wise idea there, but past Alex Albon will go. Can we get a good run on Logan Sargent off the exit of the corner as well? We'll use plenty of battery. The DRS as well, they're to the outside of the second Williams car. We'll make it through up into P12 then of the British Grand Prix, and suddenly Silverstone starting to come alive there, a little bit wide down the end of the straight, but is there any chance at all we can close into that group of cars in front? What's the lap time going to be? 28.9. 5.6 seconds to Sainz. I'm not confident. Oh no, this is not what we need. Sargent again. I love the confidence against Albon. Not so sure I'm a fan of it when it's against myself there, but I'm looking at those cars in front. Zhou Guanyu is really starting to struggle. If he could drop out of the DRS of those in front of him, and him and Stroll have a bit of a battle, maybe, just maybe, there would be a chance towards the end of the race.
2.2 seconds.
8 laps to go at the British Grand Prix, and yeah, we are really just living with hope. Oh no, Logan Sargent, please not here. He listened! He actually listened and backed out of it. That's incredible. Sargent, I think, clearly thought, yeah, actually, I don't want to try that either. Down the old turn 1. But again, the tyre wear is, you know, that temperature in that front left is going to be the bane of our existence. I think, yeah, unless something bizarre happens, I think it's going to stop us from getting up to those cars in front. Here goes Sargent and Albon, 3 wide. Down the back straight, as I don't think Sargent spotted his teammate there. Bottas is going to try and make it happen as well. And how are we going to lose 3 places in one go here? What a battle is being put on towards the end of the British Grand Prix. We'll pinch Bottas over that curbing. We're all, I mean, it's the back markers. None of us are fighting for anything here. But all of us, it's just about pride. Oh, not again. Logan Sargent, surely not. Again, he backs out of it. He's scaring me with that one. Honestly, I think unless something changes, Sargent's going to be my driver of the day here because he has helped put on a show. And nice to see him bring in the fight to his teammate Alex Albon as well there. But yeah, we are really just trying to nurse that front left at the moment. Want to know that we've got some fight in us right towards the end of the Grand Prix. Here comes Bottas again. Sargent will try and complete the move on his teammate. Bottas tries his luck with me, but we are way more confident on the brakes. What happened there? Both Albon and Sargent just suddenly veered to the inside. They made even more contact. I thought that might actually be a car breaking down, but of course that would be preposterous to happen inside F124. Sargent and Albon again side by side on the exit of Luffield here, and which one is going to come out on top this time around? Surely not one of them backs out of it. So we'll try and tip the car in just behind. Somehow Albon around the outside there. We're going to try and get down the inside of Sargent as well. Moves to the outside through the second part of the S's. He's not going to back out of it though. He does finally accept defeat in that moment as we get a huge wobble on the exit of the corner. Plenty of battery though to use. And look at this, 210 miles an hour, 211 miles an hour as we get to the inside of Alex Albon once again. He says no chance. Around the outside he'll go. Let me have a look. Dive it down the inside into the final chicane. We absolutely sent it in there. And keep it between the white lines though. We do get fully ahead of the Williams. But I'm not expecting this to be in front for long. We have been treated to an absolute barnstormer of a race here from Silverstone. There is still 2 laps left. Still a lot more to be decided as once again Albon tries to have a look around my outside. I was about to say at the front of the field how I don't think Verstappen's going to win this race, but one of the Red Bulls has just moved his way to the front, despite the fact that McLaren and Fernando Alonso had the top 3 down on lock for pretty much the entirety of the second half of this race. Is it going to be the Dutchman? Is it going to be Fernando Alonso, who currently finds himself in P2? Will the wily old fox be able to find a way back through to get to the lead before the end of this race? Or has Verstappen just watched them all fight and just picked a moment? Is it even Verstappen? For all I know, it could be Sergio Perez that's moved his way to the front of the field. We're far more invested in what the Williams are doing behind me, because I want to try and beat them to the checkered flag. Final lap then for Max Verstappen at the front of the field. Like I said, I'm just assuming that it is the Dutchman leading this Grand Prix, but Fernando Alonso, this is his best opportunity to win a race in over 10 years here.
Let's go. Final lap. And gap to the car in front, 13.0 seconds.
I would love to try and get some words in at some point, Mark. It hasn't been the race we would have wanted. I would have loved to have scored some points here. But ultimately, I think given how qualifying went, I don't think we could have done much better than this unless the cards had fallen differently for everybody else there. Alonso, though, is still hounding Verstappen on the final lap of this Grand Prix as they make their way up towards Copse. Here comes Alex Albon down the inside of myself. There actually bangs wheels with Alex Albon, who is so desperate to try and get in front of our Haas car at the moment there. Williams have put on an absolute show right the way through, but now my eyes are fixated on that mini-map. Will Alonso be able to try and get the run on the Dutchman? It looks like he's just dropping back ever so slightly as they make their way out onto the hangar straight for the final time. He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. Alonso around the outside of Verstappen. Is he going to make it through? I don't think he has. Is he still at least alongside? Is he still fighting with him? I don't know. We need to focus on trying to make sure we get a run. It is going to be Red Bull that take the victory once again. Here comes Alex Albon to the outside of myself, down in towards the final corners of the Grand Prix. I think everybody's tyres just starting to give up. Verstappen's done it again, though. I cannot believe that. I genuinely thought today might be Alonso's day, but out of the final corner, it is P12 for us.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Plenty of action then here in Silverstone. A memorable race and an impressive victory.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Well, how many times have I said it so far this season? Max Verstappen wins here at the British Grand Prix. Then half a second in it between him and Fernando Alonso there. Lando Norris gets another home race podium to add to his collection ahead of Piastri and Sergio Perez there, with Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Zhou Guanyu, Stroll and Sainz. 11 cars covered by 4 seconds, sorry, I should say, at the end of the GP there. We were able to come through for P12. Yeah, a little bit gutted with that. And the other 8 cars covered by 3 seconds at the end of the GP as well. So, still definitely feel there's a bit of an issue with the DRS trains, but around a track like Silverstone, it really does deliver some fantastic racing there. Alonso's had like 5 podiums in a row now, and still seems unable to convert them there. And look at that, yeah, he's up to P3 now in the Drivers' Championship. Verstappen officially has more than double the points of anybody else there as we leave round 12 of the season. As I mean, 12 races and he's scored 306 points. He's averaged more than 25 points still from a race. I think he's averaged 25.5 points so far, each and every race so far this season. Of course, helps, by those 3 sprint results as well there. But yes, Fernando Alonso now between the Ferraris. Perez still in 4th ahead of both Mercs. McLaren's ahead of myself. Stroll now ahead, fair and square, of Valtteri Bottas a little bit further behind. Points back-to-back weekends for Lance. He's actually starting to deliver something inside this series as well. Verstappen would be winning the Constructors' Championship alone, which is quite disastrous. 3 points as well now between McLaren and Aston Martin there, as Kick Sauber with a couple of extra points there get back within 10 of ourselves as well. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back tomorrow when Formula 1 returns ready for the Hungarian Grand Prix.